Okay, we're going to look into crime and public health mainly because that's what the county boundary offers. And here is a good article that goes into diversity and how the European countries were formed out of diverse land. But what the good take from this is that the higher diversity has lower crime rate. So, for example, Singapore is another great example. It says it has a homicide rate of only 0.32, despite of being very diverse place ethnically. So, I don't know if this is true in America, but we'll take a look at that. Forging unity from diversity is, the European countries I was talking about. Now, this one also talks about Texas. It says the best proof is the state of Texas is doing it, where they are not, they had a prison runaway system, and they're kind of putting that under control. So it's a kind of interesting article there. So it says if the Texas can do it, there is no excuse why the rest of us can't. Okay, let's take the independent report. This is what division sound like. This is what the world divided means. Is there is an animosity between the two groups. There is no us. So we need to move towards us without us versus them. You can see here, it's a very good graph that says that black peoples are disproportionately criminalized compared to the number of population they are. So here you can see, the population is in gray, and then, proportionately they're twice as likely to get incarcerated, versus the population here is in gray, and there's a lesser number of people that are incarcerated. These are white. So whites is the shortest amount. The other interesting part is, let's take a look at the state of North Carolina. Here you can see Ashe County, that's where the chapter is. So Down East chapter, that's the only one that red. The most of the other counties look pretty okay. Majority of them, except for Canberra's County right there, that's it. That is in red. So they have reduced the jail population considerably over since 2005. So that's a good thing. Okay. Okay, here is another data from also another independent source here, right there, for newer one, 2024. So you can see here the top part is in red, which is 5% and above. Okay, then we have less, the black is less, which is Virginia, gray, but the North Carolina is a little high up, and this is like about 10% right there. Okay, so that's pretty high. Now compare that with the black population right there. See that? It's maximum. So there is less diversity here of black population. It's mostly black. So there is a high incarceration. So that's a problem. We need to kind of embrace people. First of all, we need to have people who are individuals, and they don't belong to a group but are independent individuals. Once you're an individual, you can belong to a group. But without being an individual, if you belong to a group, you have just group identity, no individual identity, and that is not very healthy. Which is dark, over 80% or more, non-Hispanic whites. and you saw those in red, so it's not as bad as the black population over here, but it's still there. Where there's less diversity here, also you see there's less diversity of whites. You will have more whites in prison. Okay, so diversity is what we need in order for people to belong to a group and forsake their own identity is not a good. They need to be individual first, and once they're individual, then they can belong to a group and embrace other people's diversity and think about unity. Okay, so here is a prison population that was going up till about 2010, and after 2010, it's slowly coming down. And how we can put that in one or two questions on the survey, where people say, okay, people don't want to be part of Unite Us because they belong to a group, and when they belong to a group, the group makes the decision, the group protects them, the group acts on behalf of them, and that really promotes the divide. Okay, so divide can be only among us versus them. For us versus them needs to be two groups. So if we acknowledge and promote individuality and diversity, and then celebrate it, I think that would be idle. Thank you very, very much for listening to my presentation. Bye.